Miss Percival, you say for the past 31 years your father has never been willing to accept you as his biological daughter.
Correct, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Hanson, you claim you did not sleep with Miss Percival's mother at the time she was conceived, and there is no way she is your daughter.
That's right, Your Honor.
There is yet another young woman waiting outside of the courtroom claiming Mr. Hanson is her father. Mr. Elliott, you say you do not believe you are the father of Ms. Hall's son because at the time he was conceived, Ms. Hall was in a relationship with another man and later gave her child his last name.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Ms. Hall, you admit you have no idea who fathered your son.
Yes, ma'am.
You acknowledge you slept with another man, but say that was only because you were confused and didn't know who you wanted to be with at the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Hall, when's the last time you were with your ex?
About a month ago.
She told me she wasn't.
And I
she
could
hasn't
be
been with
pregnant again. So I also could be pregnant again in the same situation that I'm in now, where both guys could be the dad.
Oh my goodness. You're also denying that Ms. Hanson is your daughter.
50-50 chance. My wife cheated on me while we were married with
Your
my
Honor.
older brother.
Growing up with him, well, he was in and out of my life, but the times that I was around him, it was your mom's a whore, you're a whore, and
I didn't call you a
yes,
whore.
you did, numerous times.
Was
I
it
did
truly
drugs
on my
to
fault?
cover up the pain, to fill the holes that I had in my life.
Your Honor, I resent him the same way because I went through the same thing and I tried to fill the voids in my life the same way, going to older men because I did not have a father in my life. I went through the same resentment. I have resentment so much towards him for not having a father figure in my life and him denying me for 31 years.
Mr. Hanson,
Yes.
you are her father.
The case started simply with the plaintiff, Ms. Wilson, who requested a paternity test to prove to Mr. Phillip that he was indeed her daughter's biological father, but it turned into a competition of faithfulness.
Ms. Wilson, you believe the defendant, Mr. Phillips, was always unfaithful to you and still holds a flame for his ex-wife.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yet you claim he is the one who's always accused you of cheating, and he's repeatedly denied fathering your daughter, Hope.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Phillips, you say you believe that Ms. Wilson had sexual relations with a co-worker, and it is he who fathered her 2-year-old daughter.
Ms. Wilson admitted to being a little flirty toward her co-worker, Mr. Garcia, but Mr. Phillip too didn't hold back and revealed every nasty detail about their private life.
We were separated at a point of time, and during that point of time, she led me to believe that I was the only man that she was sexually involved with. But she let me know she was doing the clubs and she was dating people, but she was not sexually involved with anybody. One of my friends was inside the club with her. She was making love in the club. She was tongue kissing, she was grappling, she was going, to the 10 with a guy.
She was making love in the club.
Tongue all in the mouth, holding down. Just really improper and disrespectful.
I was kissing my coworker, but not making love. There's a difference. I think I would have been arrested for that, I'm pretty sure. Making love in the club.
So she was
I was
club.
foreplaying in the club, yeah.
You admit something was going on in the club.
Yeah, it was something going on in the club, but it wasn't making love, it was kissing.
Now,
Yes.
even before that, even prior to him, the fact of the way we got together, the fact that she used to be on the phone with her man while we was having sex.
What? Wait a minute.
She still answered the phone to keep him comfortable, to keep him secure.
Yeah, I was on the phone with a man, not my man. And he's done the same thing when I was having sex with him also.
As the secrets got out of the box, everybody got to know about the colorful and passionate lifestyle of Mr. Phillip.
Delivery that I was a player, that I was a bachelor, that I was living that life when she met me.
It didn't backfire for me. How did it backfire for me? Because
And in her
he
mind,
was the kind of man that would have threesomes and I forgot what they called it.
Menage a trois, and swinger parties.
My sexual lifestyle with him was between me and him, but he was outrageous. sort of like a sex nympho, a sex addict, you know, where he would have a lot of women at his place, that he was a bachelor. When we moved into our new place, it was for a new start. We would leave everything behind. And so when I finally got the chance to get settled in, I found naked pictures of the ex-wife.
In the new house?
In the new place, in our closet.
I did not know.
Her shoes, candles that they shared together in their home. I mean, just so much stuff. So I came to him and I asked him, can you get rid of her stuff? He gave it to his mother to put in his mother's garage. Why are you holding on to this woman's stuff?
Everybody in the court gasped when Mr. Garcia disclosed his hidden truth.
That you were kissing in the club?
I was.
Were
We
you
weren't
kissing?
She was showing me how to kiss.
I'm a good teacher.
And that,
And she really showed me how to kiss.
so you were at school getting a lesson.
That is
Yes,
correct, Your
I
Honor.
was
You
getting a lesson.
weren't.
But I
So
was
your
kissing.
lips were interlocked
Yes.
in the club.
Lips,
tongue was
tongue, and
down
everything.
their
Yes.
throats.
Right now, it's understandable, but I'm gay, so I can't be the father.
Oh.
The results proved who in fact was Hope's biological father.
When it comes to baby Hope and whether Mr. Phillips or Mr. Garcia is her father, Mr. Phillips, you are her father. It seems as if these results really meant a lot to you. What are you feeling?
It's the best day of my life.
Next on the list is Mr. Elliott, who had a paternity test to determine whether his girlfriend's son, Noah, was his biological son or not.
Mr. Elliott, you say you do not believe you are the father of Ms. Hall's son because at the time he was conceived, Ms. Hall was in a relationship with another man and later gave her child his last name.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Ms. Hall, you admit you have no idea who fathered your son.
Yes, ma'am.
You acknowledge you slept with another man, but say that was only because you were confused and didn't know who you wanted to be with at the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Hall had nothing else to say except to make excuses and put all the blame on Mr. Elliott.
Well, after we'd get into an argument and fight, she'd go back to his house. Every time.
Only because you would make me go back to his house.
No.
Your Honor, when somebody fights with you so much to the point where you just have to.
All right, so you back at the ex's house again.
Yes.
So when this time of conception, you're admitting, Ms. Hall, that you slept with Mr. Elliott and your ex.
Yes, Your Honor, I am. I love them both. It was hard. One gave me great sex. The other one gave me a great relationship and the support I needed for my kids.
Ms. Hall's claim of repeating the same situation again left everybody speechless.
Ms. Hall, when's the last time you were with your ex?
About a month ago.
She told me she
And I
wasn't. She
could
hasn't
be
been with him.
pregnant again. So I also could be pregnant again in the same situation that I'm in now, where both guys could be the dad.
Oh my goodness.
Judge Lake schooled Ms. Hall and put her in her place.
There's a reason why there's a song called Torn Between Two Lovers. That means this has been going on for a very long time. You are not the first woman that has loved different qualities about two different men. And I'm sure the same has happened for men as it relates to women.
Even though Mr. Elliott badly wanted to be part of Noah's life, only the results could determine his fate.
In the case of Elliott versus Hall, when it comes to 10-month-old Noah Groom, Mr. Elliott, you are not Noah's father.
This unusual case started when Ms. Bido stepped into the court to prove to Mr. Bolton that despite being light-colored and having blue eyes, he is her daughter's biological father. But it wasn't the first time Mr. Bolton was hearing it.
Ms. Bido, you say you were furious when the defendant asked you for a DNA test on your 7-month-old daughter, Ileana. Mr. Bolton, you state you have reason to believe Ms. Bido's child may not be your biological daughter. Mr. Bolton, this is not your first time in this courtroom.
Mr. Bolton's side of the story made sense to everybody present in court, but Ms. Bido consistently disagreed.
Your Honor, here's the thing. When the baby was born, I cut the umbilical cord, the doctors wiped the baby off, and they gave Miss Bido the baby at first. So they gave me the baby. The doctor that gave the procedure to deliver the baby, he handed me the baby and he looked at me. He said, "Are you sure this baby's yours?" And I looked at the doctor. I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Because this baby's white."
We're mixed.
I'm Dominican and black. He's Puerto Rican and black. Because people continuously said, oh, she's white. Oh my God, she's so white. Oh, she's so white. What's wrong with that?
The chaos ensued as both parties revealed each other's affairs and cheating.
Now,
I
by
saw
my
the texts
association
from the
being with
females.
being with them, I'm getting accused daily. You're a cheater, you're a cheater. So look, I cheated, I did, and I admit to that. She left. But when she left, she left, she had sex with
I did it the right way. I left you first. I was single.
Ms. Bido presented some pretty strong arguments to convince the court.
You do understand that after you admitted you slept with somebody else, that fueled his doubt.
I understand that, but you can't always be moved, Your Honor, by what other people say. You have to stand upon what you see as a person. A lot of people felt like he wouldn't make it, we wouldn't make it, we wouldn't be okay. And yeah, we're going through something right now, and even him as a person, people felt like they didn't believe in him, but I believe in him. I understand about people's past. Everybody has a past. Stop pushing rewind. Stop making other people pay for what other women did. I'm not those women. Then I shouldn't be with anybody, because just like you hurt me, and think about the 5 years we've been together, Mr. Bolton, the things that you've done to me before this, that wasn't the only infidelity, but every time you have a doubt, here I am proving myself. Why you signed the birth certificate? Why did you stay so long and then turn around and say, oh, she's not mine? Do you have any idea how that hurts?
The result disclosed an unexpected outcome.
In the case of Bido v. Bolton, when it comes to the paternity of Ileana Bolton, and as to whether Mr. Bolton is her biological father, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Bolton, you are her father.
Lola Bido, will you marry me?
Yes.
Mr. Hansen was called to the court by two parties, 31-year-old Miss Percival and a month younger than Miss Teresa Hansen, as he was denying paternity of both women.
Miss Percival, you say for the past 31 years your father has never been willing to accept you as his biological daughter.
Correct, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Hansen, you claim you did not sleep with Miss Percival's mother at the time she was conceived, and there is no way she is your daughter.
That's right, Your Honor.
There is yet another young woman waiting outside of the courtroom claiming Mr. Hansen is her father.
Throughout the whole trial, Mr. Hansen was insistent that he didn't cheat on his ex-wife, so he couldn't be the father of Miss Percival, and with Miss Teresa Hansen, he determined that he is only a 50-50 chance, as his wife may have cheated on him.
I was married with another woman at the time. There's no way. Me and the other woman that I was in a relationship with was having a baby. And I don't cheat. When I'm with somebody, I stay with somebody. I just got out of a 20-year marriage. I was with the other woman at the time she was conceived. So there's no way she could be my daughter. I am not her father, Your Honor.
And you seem pretty confident about that.
I guarantee it.
Yes, if they were married at that time, yes, because we were seeing each other off and on, and then he went back to Tracy.
No.
So, Ms. Merchant, you were married to Mr. Hansen.
Yes.
At the time that Miss Percival was conceived.
Yes, I knew that she was born. I knew she was his when she was born.
You did?
Yes, I
No,
did.
that's a
Yes,
lie.
I did.
I was with you. How could I be with
And
you?
her.
I never once cheated on her. Never.
Oh.
No, you cheated on me.
You're also denying that Miss Hansen is your daughter.
50-50 chance. My wife cheated on me while we were married with
Your
my
Honor.
older brother.
Both women described how not having a father around them impacted their life choices.
Growing up with him, well, he was in and out of my life, but the times that I was around him, it was your mom's a whore, you're a whore, and
I didn't call you a
Yes,
whore.
you did, numerous times. You're gonna be like your mom. He's never denied any of my brothers. He's always taken care of them. Your Honor, I'm 31 years old. I have 7 kids. I've been having kids half my life. My oldest is 15. My youngest is 6 months. I went to older guys looking for the void that my mother never gave me.
Was
I
it
did
truly
drugs
all my
to cover
fault?
up the pain, to fill the holes that I had in my life.
Your Honor, I resent him the same way because I went through the same thing, and I tried to fill the voids in my life the same way, going to older men because I did not have a father in my life. I went through the same resentment. I have resentment so much towards him for not having a father figure in my life and him denying me for 31 years.
All hell broke loose once the results were revealed, and it turned the life of Mr. Hansen upside down.
As it relates to Ms. Hanson, and whether you, Mr. Hanson, or your brother is her father. When it comes to the paternity of Ms. Hanson, Mr. Hanson, you are her father.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're most certainly welcome. When it comes to the paternity of Ms. Percival, Mr. Hanson, you are her father.
There's no way. I'm sorry, it didn't seem like it added up. We're gonna be a family from here on out, and when we get back, we're gonna party.